Alright guys, here we are again with another rogue guide, this time for assassination rogues in Mythic Plus. So for all of you who are shit tired of playing Outlaw and roll the bones, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe and ring that little bell. That little bell will free you from bad RNG. It's true, I know it. Also don't forget to check out the live stream over on twitch.tv/KillerChris. I stream pretty often. There will be a link in the description with guidance to take you to the stream, I guess, or linking to the stream. We are doing a lot of Mythic Plus and viewer rates, helping people getting ahead of a curve and generally improving themselves, and we are having a lot of good fun over there, so definitely come check it out. Alright guys, let's get to the video. Alright guys, here, so firstly I'll explain why anyone would choose Assassination over Outlaw for Mythic Plus. First and the most obvious reason is less RNG, in that you don't have to deal with roll the bones at all. And you have much steadier DPS, and it's and with the damage coming from your Garrett and your Phantom Knight, which are pretty steady and you can pretty easily get out. Secondly, is the enjoyment. The 2 weeks I've been playing Assassination Rogue now has been good fun. I would take Assassination over Outlaw any day for Mythic Plus in the current state. If we have the right gear for it at least, but the same goes for Outlaw. Although Mythic Plus might not be as strong as Outlaw, it still pumps out quite a lot of damage in its current state. Some of the downsides to Assassination is the gearing. But Outlaw has those exact same issues too, so basically needing to have 2 red end weapons and the azeroth traits to put out some really high numbers for Outlaw rogues. Assassination only have the azeroth trait issue, although the azeroth trait issue is a bit more vital for Assassination than it is for Outlaw rogues. And I'm even myself still missing a Shrouded Suffocation to this day. But more on this later. Alright guys, let's get into some builds, gear, talents, essences, azeroth, the works. Alright, so I'm just gonna bring up the UI here and go into my character screen. So, for the stats and gear and stuff, we want to make sure we have around 40% crit. Try to get up to 40% crit. Crit is your #1 stat priority. Up to like around 40%. Again, you always want to sim. Crit, haste. Take as much of that as you possibly can get. After that, you pretty much want verse and mastery. I know I have a lot of haste, but that's because of my single tire gear, so don't pay attention to what stats I have right now. You want to see if you can get some more mastery and some more verse after that, and then you want haste as generally as the last option. Although I have found that expedient sims quite well with Assassination in Mythic Plus. Oh, here I lost the weapon. Especially if you have like a AV to charge, Titan Shot. So yeah, that is what we're gonna go. So, but always guys, remember when in that, sim it out, especially because mastery and versatility, the amount of bonus you gain per stat varies to how high you get. So you definitely want to make sure you sim to make sure you have the right traits, and it scales kind of weirdly, so sim it out, but in generally mastery verse together, same value, and then haste afterwards. So for the corruptions, hey, that's the theme of this patch, isn't it? And we want to go severe, Twilight Devastation, and expedient. Those are the 3 best, with severe being the top best, in that order basically. So Twilight Devastation I have 4 ranks of. I really like Twilight Devastation, I think it's fun. I also have like a weak order that says Twilight Devastation goes bleh. Every single Mythic Plus teammate I hate me for it. You know what, I'll link the weak aura if you want to annoy some people with your Twilight Devastation procs. So yeah, that's it. It scales really well, and stat, and I don't think there's much need to re-explain. But Twilight Devastation goes For azeroth traits, you want Shrouded Suffocation and you want Echoing Blades as the major traits, as much as you can. if you can't get 3 of each, try to get a nothing personal. If you can't get all of them, that's what I'm running. I've had good success with it. It's nice with a bit extra single target damage on bosses, especially for tyrannical weeks. Echoing Blades is the number 2 option, or number 2 priority. You should try and get 3 Shrouded Suffocation first, because most of your damage will come from Garrot. Especially with the sweet Subterfuge talent. For the minor ones, you want Elemental War, you want Unstable Flames first, and then you want the haste one, what's it called, Overwhelming Power, and Elemental Wall. So the ones that give you stats are the best ones of the minor ones. Just because stats. Stats, all hail the stats. And that concludes it for the Azeroth trait. But yeah, pretty much remember Shrouded Suffocation. For the essences, or secondary talents, as we might as well call them. Why didn't Blizzard just call this secondary talents and put it in the talent page? That would many times easier. We want to use a lot of the enemy major. It can also be swapped out with focusing iris. It's negligible, which means I find a lot of the enemy better for single target as well, and it has more use cases. And it's a bit better. It's also a lot more fun. I guess you are, unless you are a memer and like meme beam. For minor, we want Lucid Dreams, Purification Protocol, and Breath of the Dying. I would assume you could swap out some of the minor ones for stats if you don't have them, like Conflict and Strife, if you're missing some of the other ones. I know these are from Rep and they're quite annoying to get if you're new to the game. But generally, these here are really good. This one here scales really well with Phantom Knives. So does this one up here, and it gives you more corruption resistance. That's generally the primary reason you want this one. Also, it does a lot of damage, incidentally. And that's it for the essences, so let's take a look at our actual talent. It's quite similar to what you would use in a single target. There's actually only one change, but we'll go over everything here for just the sake of being fertile. Master Poisoner, don't take that, even though it might seem intuitive to go, oh, we want more poison damage, because we're gonna have a lot of poisons up. Most of our damage is gonna come from Garrot, and again, 30% poison damage is nothing compared to 10% damage for everything, because you're pretty much gonna have 100% uptime on elaborate planning. So that is what we are going to take. And then we're gonna take Subterfuge, because it does more damage with Garrot and a lot more damage. So this is the general reason why we pick Subterfuge, just for the damage increase on Garrot and the fact that every time we get an opener we can get 3 Garrots out. Really nice. I tried out the other 2 talents for the third row, but I generally find Vigor to be a lot better. Deeper Stratagem might seem really nice if you do like big pulls, and in some cases it's decent, but I generally find like it's much better just to spam Phantom Knives, get a few finishers on, spam Phantom Knives, use a finisher, Phantom Knives finisher, and then you don't have to have as many bleeds up, and you can pretty much rely on your Garrot. Especially if your mobs are dying pretty quick, then Rupture is not worth. So Vigor it is. Fourth row, pick your poison. Cheat Death is definitely the main option. You can go leeching if you're doing visions. With this build, I take leeching. Otherwise, in PvP, play Illusion. Illusionist is pretty much only a PvP talent at this point. Cheat Death is the one you should choose. I always pick Internal Bleeding in this row. I don't think Iron Wire is worth it. Again, could be worth it if you need to silence a bunch of packs, like in Underrot with the Lashes. Prey on the Weak, I generally find that unless you're raiding and stunning a mob like we did on Myth against Shower, I generally find Internal Bleeding to be better. In the last trait, in the second to last row, we want to take Toxic Blade. Toxic Blade does a shitload of damage and increases nature damage done against the target. which includes your envenom. Unlike Master Poisoner, which it used to include envenom as well. And Toxic Blade does increase damage with envenom. So if you have a priority target, you can take that down really easily because you can pretty much Phantom Knife, envenom, Phantom Knife, envenom, Phantom Knife, envenom. And you should be able to get 4 envenoms off in a Toxic Blade. If you remember to pool your energy. Which you should. But again, if you have a bunch of bleeds hub, it shouldn't take more than half a second anyway. But for single target, you want to pool your energy before using Toxic Blade. More on that in the raid guide. Poison Bomb. Poison Bomb is love. Poison Bomb is life. Definitely take Poison Bomb. Crimson Tempest and Hidden Blade seems okay. Generally, I don't find it to be worth it. Because you're gonna be spamming Phantom Knives. And Crimson Tempest is just meh. The procs are better with the Poison Bomb and generally just shitload more damage. So Poison Bomb that is what we will be taking. And that pretty much concludes everything you know for gearing and building up your character. So we'll head on to the next chapter here. Alright guys, for trinkets here, let's take a look at some sims here. And this is Trinket percent DPS gain per item level. So you can see here the different item level cutoffs and where they are in the sims and how much DPS gain you get. I would stay away from Razor Call and Thunder Power if you have one at really high item level 445 or higher. That is Titan Forge, Mythic, Thunder Power. If you have one, then you can use those. Razor Call, it just doesn't give enough. Why does it say versatility? Yeah, that's definitely not right. Oh yeah, that's the damage aspect of it. But yeah, Razor Coral is pretty useless because mobs don't stay alive typically for long enough to get the perfect value out of it. Remember, sims take like perfect case scenario. This is what this trinket here will get you. Torment, really nice. It's pretty straightforward. It's just a lot of extra AOE damage. And not as good in the lower item levels as you can see here. Deadeye Spyglass, however, and Vita Charge in the lower item levels are probably what I would prefer to have, and at any item level. Personally, I have a Torment and a Vita Charge. I would like to have a Spyglass as well. Other really nice ones: Harlan's, Plumage, Electromental, I think is pretty decent. It's pretty much the same as Torment, just a little bit worse. Black Dragon Scale. I wouldn't use Segment because it splits the damage, so I would stay away from this. And generally, these trinkets here, except for Gale Caller and Razor Call, are decent to use. And Thunder Power if you have it at a high enough item level. And yeah, that's pretty much it for trinkets. If you want to know what this website here is called, you can look up here. It's called herodamage.com. You can check sims for essence, races, even racist.
This is the future.
Azeroth powers, corruptions, whatever you could possibly want for single target and for raids and for any class. So I'll leave that link to that in the description as well. Alright guys, when you're opening as a assassination rogue in Mythic Plus, you generally just want to spread your Garrots, pop your blood of the enemy, spam Phantom Life, kill stuff. So it's quite simple. So we can get 4 Garrots out, and then we want to use our a Rupture or another finisher depending on how we feel like. If the mobs are going to be alive for long, we want to use blood of the enemy and just start spamming Phantom Life. So let me show you here how it looks. You can see, alright, Garrot, 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 and Rupture, blood of the enemy, and then we are gonna go Phantom Lives, crits, Phantom Lives, finishers, Phantom Lives. If we have a priority target, we can put a Toxic Blade on, and let's go again here. So after your Garrots drop off, you don't want to overlap your empowered Garrots. So you want to vanish, Garrot, 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 and Garrot. There we go. And then we can go again here. And after that, you pretty much just want to keep up your Garrots as much as possible. And if they're staying alive for long, you can put some extra bleeds on them. and just use Envenom. If your targets aren't gonna stay alive for super long, which in most cases they aren't in Mythic Plus, I recommend actually not putting too many ruptures up. Just enough so you keep up your energy regen, all depending on how much haste you have and stuff. But yeah, that is pretty much it for the opener here. I'll talk more about like how it plays in the in Mythic Plus itself. Yeah, in a little bit. And just a few pointers here along your assassination road journey here for when you're playing. All you really want to do is you want to make sure you maintain enough dots on targets that have high health. Try to prioritize putting your dots on your high health, and as I mentioned before, try not to overlap your empowered ruptures. So like make sure that they take all the way out before applying another rupture. Like if you overlap like the last 7 seconds or something, that's gonna be a massive hit on your DPS. So make sure you avoid that. And maintaining ruptures every once in a while. Don't make the mistake of putting too many ruptures up and just putting ruptures up every chance you get. Ruptures are really only worth if you need the extra energy regen, or if they will stay on the target for long enough. And in many Mythic Plus settings, it just won't. So spamming Envenoms is much better. They will also give you the Poison Bomb procs for extra AOE. And Phantom Eyes. Phantom Eyes and Venom. Yes, that is what we like to do. And yeah, make sure you get as many restarts as possible. And Vanish, I don't take for granted that it can apply 3 whole new empowered Garrots. So let's say you are doing a pretty big pull and you have like a lot of stuff to kill and you need to get it down quick. You can open, put 3 Garrots up, then you can vanish and put Garrots on 3 more targets. So you have 6 of the empowered Garrots taking and just spamming. Then you don't need to apply ruptures. 6 of the empowered ones taking the blood of the enemy, and then you spam Phantom Knives and Envenom. That should kill a pack pretty quick, and that's probably what is going to get you the absolute most burst on like a pack of 6 mobs. What you also can do if you have like a 3 really big mobs that need to die quick, or like a smaller amount of big mobs that needs to die quick, is or smaller. Well, if they need to die quick, this it doesn't really work. But if they need to die, you can do this. So what you do is like you open and put Garrot up on as many mobs as you can. If that's free, then you put it on free. Once that has ticked off, you put another, and you just start reapplying the Garrot. If they're still alive after that, and you want to vanish, and then you can actually use the pandemic effect with your vanish Garrot and still get the extra time on the empowered Garrots. So let's say you vanish. You already have 3 Garrots rolling. Make sure you don't vanish before your Garrot comes off cooldown. It will not reset the cooldown of Garrot, even though it doesn't incur cooldown while you're vanished. So what you want to do is then Garrot up on the 3 you already have a normal rupture on. And there's not really any way to tell which is a empowered or which is not an empowered Garrot. There might be a weak aura or something for it, but not a reliable way that I have found other than paying attention and keeping track of that. So that's definitely something you want to practice and keep in mind. And that should pretty much be everything you need to know here to get started with Assassination Rogue and Mythic Plus. It is pretty simple and just takes a bit of practice, and it's super hilarious. I love playing this spec. You also have a lot of CC and general utility on bigger packs, since you can crowd control 3 alts in the opener with your silence. So alright guys, I think this is gonna be it for this there. I wish you the best of luck with your Assassination Rogue guides here. As well as always, don't forget to like and subscribe, ring the bell button for less bad RNG. It works. I've tried it, I've tested it, I have simmed it, and I definitely got less bad RNG by ringing the bell button. So for the rest of you guys, also check out the live stream. We do a lot of fun stuff here with viewers all out. We try to keep a positive community as well as before. Link is in the description. Twitch.tv/KillerChris. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye. It's like a balloon who's like deflating. Have you ever seen a hot air balloon deflate? That's what it looks like. This is absolutely it. Nasov is just a hot air balloon, so now he gets inflated again. He's a hot air balloon. You deflate him and you inflate him.